Hi everyone. Sorry, I was making sure everything got through right. Ideally, we can hear me. You can hear the cozy little fireplace. Hi everybody. How does it sound? It should be crystal clear. We're here to relax tonight. Enjoy. Yeah, it's the last fireplace of summer. The final fireplace of summer. I was trying to pick a decent sound to go with the background I'm using today, and I realized I didn't exactly have anything that wasn't obnoxious or too loud. So I was like, you know what? Let's do something that they just probably haven't heard in a while. But first and foremost, Ethan Rogers, thank you so much for the membership renewal. Hey Angel, I just started a new job with a new schedule. Admittedly, the changes stressed me out more than I expected, so water sounds, I guess, that we can do. Let me grab this. Hopefully that sounds crystal clear. But thank you so much, I appreciate it. And since you've renewed your membership, make sure to stop by the membership tab, because today a bunch of wallpapers came out for YouTube members and Patreon. If you're on Patreon, there is some other stuff too. So make sure to go get that, okay? It'll be in the membership tab. And I'm not mad, Lucifer. Why would I be mad? I'm happy. Since when did you do ASMR? Oh man, so funny story. I used to be only an ASMR artist years ago. When I started doing content, I was a mute VR chat creator who did nothing but ASMR videos. I was terrified that people would hate my voice. I thought that I had too deep of a voice for what people on the internet would want to hear, and so I was mute for months. And even when I debuted my voice, so to speak, I actually didn't talk using my normal talking register for over a year. I kept trying to force my voice to be really high because I was so scared of judgment. Needless to say, I'm very loud and boisterous now, but that tends to happen after 5 years. 5 years of making content you tend to acclimate a bit by then. But yeah, it's lovely to meet you and have you here. But I hope you enjoy the ASMR. What, Lucifer, thank you for the tier 3 renewal. Okay, you're right. I am a little mad. 5 days. You need to sleep. You need to sleep. Go to bed, Lucifer. Go to bed. The day off was great. So normally we do ASMR on a Wednesday. Going forward, we're going to start doing Wednesday and Thursday ASMR. Weeks where it gets really crazy, it'd be Wednesday, Friday, but the subathon's happening first, so who knows how long that'll take to acclimate. But I took... Is this thing on the wrong setting? Let's see, hold on. Test 1, 2. No, it's on the right one. I'm hearing the feedback is what it is. I'm hearing the feedback, sorry. But what was I saying? Hold on. My brain. Right, I started new meds yesterday, and my stomach was making gurgly sounds for hours. And I was like, if I do an ASMR stream, it's going to be very, very loud the whole time. So that's why we're only doing today instead. Melanie, thank you so much for the tier 3. Let me read the message in a second. I'm hearing TTS. Oh. Whooper, what a big decision. I'm so proud of you. Sometimes it's easy to get lost in kind of like a cycle or rotations, right? And we can lose the idea of who we wish to be, where we wish to go with our lives, and it's okay. Like, it's never too late to pick new options. It's never too late to find new alternatives. I'm proud of you for working through your pains and your fears, and I hope that your new journey goes well for you. You know that you'll always have all of our support. Don't worry, TikToker. Let's get that anxiety down. That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna read one more message that came through with the tier 3 renewal, and then we're gonna start the affirmations. But did you know, according to the sign, it's not stopping me because I can't read that Angel is cute? Where was I going with this? Oh, Nami, thank you for calling me cute, and know you. Know you. Let's do. Let me grab this, and then I'm gonna pet your lovely little heads while we do some very soft whispered affirmations. Everything is okay. Everything will be just fine. Just take a deep, deep breath and know that no matter what happens, that I believe in you, that I believe that you have the ability to get through this, and that you are a wonderful person working down your own path of life, that it is mixed with good and bad, but that a future awaits you that you have worked hard for and you have made happen, that you can be proud of. Progress is slow, and sometimes things get worse before they get better. But even so, you always have the ability to spark the light in the dark. And that even in these moments of uncertainty, even without outside intervention, I believe that you can pull through. I believe in you. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. And you, cutie, are going to be just fine. Alright. Hi, welcome on In Dark Times. You're correct. I do have a large chest. Thank you for noticing. I actually had forgotten the size of my chest until you brought it up. So, thank you so much for helping me find my missing assets. Was that too much? Also, Nove Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you like the merch store. We do have some new merch coming out at the end of the month. If you're looking for summer goods, there's going to be some summer mouse pads and an additional clothing wear that'll be coming out. So, just so you're aware. That said, the Valentine's line outside of the towel and blanket are going to be going away, as well as I think it's the Angel Tech set that's going away. We are having some items leave the store. Now, I'm getting irritated with something on my soundboard, so we're gonna do some live testing once I figure out which one this is. Test. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. I want to hear. That's right. What are you? Test. One of these is going to help with the deepness because the audio sounds kind of tinny and I'm not quite sure what it is that's causing it. Okay, what about this? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Hello. Test 1 2. Okay. I'm gonna if I bring these to match. Alright, and then this goes over. Okay, how do we feel? I know it's a little strange hearing that change live. I have to adjust one more knob. But I kept hearing this really tinny feedback, and I was like, something's not right. Something's incorrect with my settings, and I need to fix that before I lose my mind. There we go. Yeah, it should sound a little bit clearer, a little bit deeper, a little bit more depth to the voice, a little more bass. Hi, Kona. Thank you. Welcome in. Please don't, I think you mean lick the mic. Don't worry. So if you like ear licking, my live streams are not the place to do it. There is some ear licking videos and audios on my Patreon, but I very firmly abide by YouTube's TOS rule with licking, and we don't do it live, and we don't do it on the public videos. If that's your thing, there's a place for it, but it's not going to be here, just so you're aware. I like a lot of tapping sounds. I like soft rubbing sounds, head pats. I really like ear cleaning. You'll find that this brush is one of my favorites. And thank you, Coucha. I've come to realize that my personality adjusts with the level of my talking. So I'm thinking if I keep a deeper voice during ASMR, I'll naturally not get too crazy. I'm so tired of disturbing your guys' ASMR by going chaotic. So tonight we try not to do that. Hey Angel, ever had a panic attack when in public? That happened to me yesterday at my work. I felt my heart rate pick up and such. I've always had bad anxiety, and I don't know how to properly calm myself down. So I do have a history of anxiety issues. And I can tell you how I deal with it. Unfortunately, this is something that varies person to person. And what may work for me is not a one-size-fits-all sort of situation. But when I find myself having really severe anxiety, or I can tell the wave is coming, right? That moment where you know the ground underneath you is no longer stable, and that things are just about to get worse. For me, I try to find a way to step away from the environment I'm in. Sometimes it's in a casual, easy, oh, I'm just gonna go to the restroom sort of thing. And sometimes it's a quick eject, like get up, leave. I know that it'll cause problems, but if it means I have to take a second to breathe, I do what I have to do. And then breathing exercises and kind of walking myself through it. Like breathing in and intentionally breathing in really deep, and then holding it, right? So we're going to do it together. 3, 2, 1, breathe in. Hold. Release. And I'll do that a bunch of times until I feel myself feel a little bit more stable. It's not going to be magically all better, but it does help me kind of like catch my breath, catch the moment, stall the wheel in my head that's going out of control. And then whatever it is that's causing my anxiety, I try to like work myself through it and come to some sort of solution to compromise with myself on whatever it is that's causing me to get there. And that's the part that doesn't work for everyone, right? I have a lot of self-discipline, and I can work through my emotions internally quite well. Not everyone can. In the event that you're not able to really rationalize with yourself, people have a bunch of different ways to calm themselves down. You can repeat things like the letters of the alphabet, or counting, or so it's like a mantra, right? Something that you say repetitively to ground you. Sometimes it's listening to something, right? Something familiar, something calming. Maybe you need to be in a dark room. You might need anxiety medication. There's nothing wrong with that. So it just really depends on, I guess, the severity of how much it's impacting your life. But yeah, I guess that's my personal anecdote about how I deal with it. Also, so many people popped in while I was talking with compliments about the channel. Thank you very much, both on Twitch and on YouTube. I see you. Thank you for the kind words. Actually, I preemptively put Tora in baby kitty jail, so that way she can not mess tonight up. Because she has brought 3 socks to my door today, and in my office destroyed 2 different things. So she's not allowed near me today. But she's just going to yell at you all, scream and shout, and let it all out. Angel, I have a huge question for you. How do you deal with someone who is rude to you? Because my last day at my job, I had to deal with a horrible coworker, but your affirmations helped me not get mad. Oh, mean people are the worst. First things first, Cherry Hunter, thank you so much for the Cherubrat membership. Thank you for the 1 month. Absolutely, we can do brushies. Let's do. Where is it? Where's the good one? Oh no. Oh, there it is. Shireen, do you want like ear brushies or like hair brushing? Just to be sure. Because I have the ear brush, but I do also have my hair brush today if you guys want like the really hefty hair brushing. But yes, so when it comes to mean people, the problem with this is it's very situational, right? Sometimes it's something that you can report to a higher up, right, like your manager, and if your manager is a good person, they can pull the person aside, let them know how they have to treat you, and ideally it all goes well. Sometimes the person in question is the manager, right? And so the person you're supposed to be able to rely on is the person you can't, and it gets a little bit more complex in these moments. But depending on the severity of meanness involved, definitely something to consider talking to another person in your job about, because I don't want you to think it's okay for others to treat you badly. And many times, bad treatment isn't tolerated. Just some places don't handle it properly. That said, my advice when dealing with a mean person in an environment that you can't properly... It's not a perfect world situation, right? And you aren't able to talk to someone and have someone in a higher position help fix it. My first thing is to rationalize, like, why they're being that way, right? And maybe it is something that you guys are able to talk through. And if it's not, stand your ground and don't let them bully you, don't let them push you around. I'm not saying punch them, but when someone calls you a name or someone calls you bad things, like, you can stand up and walk away. You don't have to sit there and take it. And yeah, if it's, see, that's the thing, is depending on the context, you can go to HR. But if it's just someone has a mildly bad attitude, you can't go to HR, and I don't really know the context here. So in the event it's someone who's just kind of, what's the word, aggressive. They're just a little aggressive in the way that they behave, but they're not actually really doing anything wrong. That's where, like, you can walk away. You don't have to just sit there and listen to it. In the event, though, that it's like genuine severity, like, that's why things like HR exist. That's where managers get involved, right? PK, thank you for the tier 3 renewal, and Kelly with the renewal as well. Thank you. Do you want to know if I'm still a part and welcome and loved in the community despite me not attending all the time? Of course you are. I have never felt that a viewer that comes in once in a while is in any way less important than a viewer that's here all the time. You're here, which means you have supported me in some way, shape, or form. You're a person, you're a real, alive person on the other side of the screen, and you have your own life to live. I do not expect your life to be centered around my channel. I simply hope that the content I make, or the community we have, some way, shape, or form enhances your life, right? It's about what I can provide for you, not what you provide for me. So you are 100% welcome. Lurkers, welcome. Chatter that comes in once a year, welcome. Like, it's all important. All of it's important. What matters is that you are taking care of yourself, that you're doing whatever is best for you, because we are different. And I don't want all of you to feel pressure to be here 24/7. If you want to be, if being a very active member in the community is what you believe enhances your life, then absolutely. But some of us, that's not the case, and that's okay. That's okay. Some people are not built to exist online a lot. Some people are not built to be in chat rooms all the time. And maybe a different community is the place you found your core behavior. And that's also fine. What matters is that you're happy. That's all. That's the only important piece. I know that our core community here is very tight knit, especially with like the conventions and whatnot. There may sometimes feel like a pressure to be around all the time. But I want to make sure you guys know that whether or not you come in once in a while or you're here every day, like, I still care. You do not need to feel bad if you're not able to attend every convention and you're not able to chat in general, or you weren't able to watch all the videos. Like, that's all okay. Okay. Cool dudes, thank you so much for gifting a sub. I appreciate it. Despite the fact the subathon's starting in a few days, we've hit our daily sub goal almost every day. You guys are being incredibly kind to me. I'm very scared though that kindness is going to carry over into the subathon, and what's going to start as a 4-hour timer I'm going to watch turn into 24 hours to 100 hours very quickly. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do if we hit 100 hours on the first day. Like, I think I might actually like freak out. Salty, thank you so much for the membership renewal. I already know what you want for your sound. You have a very specific favorite, which it also happens to be one of my favorites. So we're going to use my journal today, so it's going to be a little tinnier. It's not my graduation subathon. It's the only subathon that we're going to be able to do for a while, because I have a secondary project starting that's going to eat some extra time. So it's the big final subathon for a long time. But it's not a graduation subathon. I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still going to be making videos. I now have a new program and model that I can make all kinds of Patreon and spicy content with ease. Like, you guys are still going to get a bunch of content, and I'm still going to be around a lot, okay? Final subathon for a while. It doesn't mean forever. What I'm hearing is a 300-day subathon. Look, the subathon lasts as long as you guys are willing to make it. I've always had the halo. I typically turn it off on a lot of the streams, because as cool as it is, it can take up a lot of screen space. So ASMR, I like to have it on, just chatting and singing. I'll have it on, but not all the other stuff. Any advice on how to not be afraid to connect with a potential lover? I'm sorry if it sounds silly. Ooh, I have advice here. I do have advice here, and it doesn't sound silly at all. Lupinite, thank you so much for the biddies. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'll make sure it stays as comfy as it can for you. But TikToker, here's my advice regarding being scared to connect with people. And this might be mildly in the category of harsh advice, but I believe it's just as valuable in that sense. There is no future where you're not scared. Connecting with people, building relationships and bonds will always be scary. Only fools are not scared. And those are the people that trample on the connections and relationships they have. The difference is learning how to overcome your fears, right? How to take those chances to build the bonds that matter. And sometimes it'll work out, and sometimes your fears may be right and it may go badly. But the good moments should be so worth it that we learn how to overcome those fears. We learn how to take those steps. And I know you've already mentioned that you have anxiety, so I know this is definitely going to be a hard one for you. But I believe that in due time, right? In due time of learning ways to manage your anxieties better and finding people that you truly do wish to connect with, you'll slowly be able to find the strength to overcome those moments of fear. I believe in you, I do. I used to be very shy, and incapable of talking, almost. And with a lot of effort and a lot of self-discovery, the fireplace is not set to keep going. That's what's wrong. I'm sorry. That was such a break of mood, but I realized what was wrong, and it's upsetting me. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's better. I thought it was ominously quiet. But taking time to self-explore and really grow and work on yourself, you will find that it gets easier every step of the way to overcome fear. Fear will no longer be something that absolutely paralyzes you, and will eventually be something that maybe makes you hesitate, but you still take that step. You will get there. I know you will. Don't expect yourself to get there on day one. Start with little things that scare you, like saying hello on a day where maybe you're not feeling the most confident, but you find the strength to say hello and continue about your day anyway. Start with the little baby steps. And you'll get to the point where you can start asking the bigger questions. You can start taking the deeper dives. Time managing multiple friend groups is definitely very hard. But the key for being hypersocial is communication, right? You're not going to be able to spend a perfect amount of time with everybody. But if you are consistently honest and open, the right people will wait and the right people will stay around. It's just dependent on your ability to be honest, even on times where it might not be so fun to be honest. Hi Neon, welcome in. I wish I could tell you some sort of perfect answer for making fear go away. Thank you, Lupin. I appreciate it. And yeah, I feel like this is something that every human to some degree goes through. Maybe not sociopaths and maybe not super egotistical people. So I can't speak for that. But I think the average human being, whether you're popular or not, experiences this specific situation. Shaz, thank you so much for the $5 super. Yeah, we can do some page flipping and paper sounds. Let me get a better book first. I'm gonna go grab one off my shelf. And Rama, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. For everyone coming in, hello, hello. My name is Angel Steps, and I'm your angelic idol, here to avoid all my responsibilities by having a good time doing ASMR. This is your warning if you do not like ASMR. Specifically ASMR that is centered on sounds, because I do a lot of sound triggers like page flipping and bubbles in your ears and brushing and stuff like that, then this stream is not for you. But if you do, or you're interested in seeing if that is something you'd like, welcome on in. Rama, I hope you had a lovely stream. Let me quickly grab the book that Shaz wants. You're gonna hear all this because my office is what's the word? Like 50% a mini library, so I have a lot of books to pick from. So I'm gonna just take my headphones off and go select a book as quietly as I can. I almost knocked something over immediately. That's great. Let's see. Let's do a softer book. No. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, the pages on this are stiff. That's good. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. And you're not late, you're just in time. You're just in time. Never feel tingles? Oh, some people don't get them, and that's okay. There's also so many kinds of ASMR these days, you know? Some people really like the vocal stuff. Some people really like the sound. Some people prefer a more spicier, intimate setting, if you catch my hidden meaning. And it's all valid. It's just kind of become a thing of taste. That was coincidental timing, Lupin. I like to do like breathy sounds when I'm live. Like the kind of thing that you would hear next to someone who's like preparing to sleep sort of deal. I will say though, my ASMR live streams have a bit of a bad habit of becoming just chatting streams. I'm very bad at keeping my mouth shut, if you guys haven't realized by the fact that we have talked for 40 minutes straight rather than just doing sounds. So I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't know how to shut my mouth. Oh, I haven't heard of The Mist. I do need to see more horror movies. I'll have to look into that one. Nakadunan, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I have the gift of yap. Is that what we're calling it now? Well, I'm honored. I'm honored. Also, I mentioned that the Patreon and YouTube members have gotten a bunch of wallpapers, but there's a free wallpaper as well. If you're in the Discord, the free wallpaper is in the announcements. If you're on YouTube and or you're on Twitter, you'll find it in my posts. So go grab that. It's free. There are more people who have done Patreon and whatnot, but there is a free one. Go get your free wallpaper. If a mod wants to grab like the Twitter link, or Twitter actually compresses it, maybe the YouTube link, maybe grab the YouTube profile link. Oh, Wolf already has it, never mind. Wolf, could you throw that over in, what's the word, YouTube as well? It'd be awesome if you could, that way everyone has easy access to it. Free wallpaper. Free. For you. Oh, Crab already had it. Awesome, thank you so much. You know, actually, I was trying to figure out how to convert a really spicy art I have. Not like actual, like it's spicy, but it's not like super spicy. I was trying to find a way to animate it in Wallpaper Engine, and I've discovered I do not know how to work Wallpaper Engine, and it looked like nightmare fuel very early in lewd-esque. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's very bodylicious, but like nothing inappropriate is shown. Does that make sense? But I don't know if I could use it on I don't know, it might be a little too lewd-ish for Twitter. I mean Twitch. Twitter, yes. Twitch, not so much. I had even I have a version where I like created a few layers too. I even like cut out like parts of it and filled it in so that way it could be animated, but I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to give me a crash course, or if someone here is really skilled with Wallpaper Engine, get with me in my mods. Will the Lord forgive you for the art? For the art, yes. For the stuff I started posting on my alt account that we made this week, no. No. But I'm on the run from heaven anyway, so what do I have to lose? If I get cast out, my best friend happens to be a succubus, so I mean, we've seen this pipeline. We all know this pipeline. Oh yes, the holy alt. A favorite food? Chat, what's your favorite food? I have a lot of foods I really like. But I think my favorite go-to food is a chicken sandwich. It took me a minute to cope with the alt account. Look, so I do want to take a second to add some clarifications. The content on the alt account is not for everybody. I am a safe for work creator first and foremost, but I have a history of acting, and I've always felt like all roles can be fun, and all roles should be explored. And I've had a spicy hidden channels for a very long time, but I never made a public media page to go along with them because it was difficult to output the content. Not to like a self issue with it, but like the production of it didn't come to me naturally at all. I'm very say-so brained, so it's a process to make this kind of content for me, more so than the rest of my friends. But over years of being best friends with Tane, I've become a little more cultured, and I feel like I can do better on that content. But that said, it is by no means the number one thing. It is not something you can be a hardcore cherubrat and love this channel 100% without ever touching any of that content, because it's all in optional places, so you do not have to be there if you don't want to, and I will take zero offense to you not wanting to be there, if that makes sense. That is specifically there for people who really like those kinds of things. And if that is content you like to eat and enjoy, maybe eat was a bad word. Oh, well, you get my point. If that is content you'd like to enjoy, it's there. Enjoy it if you're there. If it's not your speed, don't worry. Okay, well, actually, this is the really funny part. So, the person who made the model that is being used for both safe for work and not so much content, he does a lot of animations as well. And the animation that went out today is one that he created. And I was talking with them at DMs, and I was like, because we were talking about how I could go back to them for commissions, which I want to do because I want to put out more of them, right? But I had to explain. I was like, listen, I'm gonna be very upfront with you right here. Do you have like a visual catalog? Because I'm not going to be able to tell you what to create because I won't know what to tell you. I don't know a lot of things. I'm very vanilla brained and I was a very late bloomer, so I don't know a lot. But I am interested in moving forward with making cool animations. And they were like, don't worry, buddy, I have a catalog. Just grab the videos that you want something like, and then I will figure out what you need. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because the reason why the reason why we don't have very many audios go out is because I have to talk to a scriptwriter and explain to them what I want in the script. And they'll be like, okay, well, what kinks do you want? What do you want? And I go, I want it to be spicy. And they go, well, yes, that's what the comm is for. Can you, like, elaborate? And I was like, well, I'll get back to you. And then I go to Tane and I start panicking in her DMs. And it's just a bad time because I never know what to say. Now I no longer have to worry about the fact I have no idea what to say. Yeah, it's like the Sears for animations. This person is amazing. If you guys saw the free wallpaper, that is the same model, and they did an incredible job with it. And they are my savior because I have no idea like what to do in this field outside of generic interest. It doesn't mean I magically understand every aspect of what's going on. I still have to go to Tane and be like, okay, so what tags apply to this? And then she stares at me like I'm dumb. But it's okay. It's a few steps farther. I'm not fallen yet. Yet. No, no, no. I'm running away. I'm a runaway. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm unhappy. But it was really important to me that I started getting this type of content comfortably rolling before the subathon starts. Because one, I can't edit or create any of this content live because I will lose my channel. Two, there is a specific reward in this subathon that isn't, in and of itself, it isn't bad. It's actually a say-so reward. But the history of all the spicy stuff is tied in very lore heavily with this thing. And I'm like, well, I can't announce this without having that ball rolling properly. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Iggy, I actually wanted to get with you, because you're good at finding people. You're good at finding people who do things. So I need to talk with you later about some stuff. Kenan, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, welcome in. Mooper, I'm proud of you for taking care of yourself financially. I'm also proud of you for giving me the hope and belief that maybe I won't have a 500 timer by the end of June. I'm allowed to believe. I'm not tempting you, I just told you I'm proud of you. You just said you're going back to school. I'm assuming 6-digit nuclear codes are nuclear codes. What else would that mean? Right? nuclear codes are nuclear codes. What else would they be? Wait, is this actually a thing, or are you just messing with me? Alright, you know, maybe I shouldn't ask. No, Nexus has to take care of their own money too, you know? They're probably totally tapped out from their tier 3 account, you know? It's expensive to tier 3. Oh, I'm gonna go with caves, tinfoil. I'm gonna go with caves. But can the cave have, like, water in it? Like a cove? Oh, why did that get stuck? I'm so sorry. Wolf, what do you mean angle GIF? What are you making? What do you mean that you've been making angle GIFs on tenor? I'm sorry. What? What? The only ones that come up are old, like super old school from like my first model, right? Right? Oh, I know which one you're talking about now. It took me a second. And Dylan, I'm really glad to hear that you missed the community. That makes me really happy. You're here now. I will eventually have a plushie Steam Boy. It's just not financially in the cards right now. Oh, Dylan of the Twitch chat is reaching out to Dylan of the YouTube chat. Heck yeah, open night. Time to relax then. Get some extra rest before work has to start. But hi, Kevin. How are you? How was your stream? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And hi, Valor. How are you doing? Normally I wouldn't have an issue with doing a microphone to the tummy. However, I just started a new medication yesterday, and I actually took yesterday's stream off because my stomach was being very noisy and it was very upset. And it still kind of is, it's just not nearly as loud. But if I put the mic to my stomach, yeah, no. Not today. Not today. Not this time. No tummy spotlight. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Excuse me. Blatant case, I guess. Good, Spoiler. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing good. How about yourself? And I watched the old Black Butler when I was in, oh gosh, middle school, early high school. I know there's a new one out. I'm not sure if it's a remake or if it's a new season that continues off either the longer or the old anime. But I've seen screenshots of it all over the place. A favorite bird? Ooh, probably red cardinals. I think they're very pretty. I also have seen Thunderbolts. I've actually seen it twice now. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It has fully restored my faith in the MCU. And I highly recommend you watch it as well. Sleep well, sir. Good night. What? What? Anon. Hold. Anon. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub, but why did you gift a tier 1 sub to someone by the name of I only follow short VTubers? Because I have some rough news for you. I'm actually quite tall. I'm very tall. I'm not short at all. I have long legs and I'm taller than the average person. So, God, I got some bad news for you, I guess. Lupinite, thank you so much for all the biddies. It's very kind of you. I'm not on a stepping stool. I'm not on a stepping stool. Chat knows how tall I am. I've talked about it. I've talked about my taller than normal height. Very close, Ryden. Very, very close. I am 5'8". 5'8" inches. Anon. 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 Hold. Anon. Hold. Hold. First, you gift a sub to I only follow short VTubers, and then you give it a few moments, and without a single word, you go and give a sub to I only follow bottoms. And so far you were right 50% of the time, and it's not the height. Haha, aha, hee hee, aha. Yeah, this one I'm not refusing. It won't work. But Doug, why is there an I only follow bottoms and a I only sub to bottoms? Thank you so much for the gift subs. That got us to our daily sub goal, by the way. I appreciate it. That's gonna end up a clip, isn't it? No, 5'8" is tall. It's tall. Oh, did we just lose stream? Well, YouTube didn't get lost, but I think we might have lost Twitch. Oh, no. Is it there? Is it still good? Never mind, it didn't crash. It was just acting. I follow small streamers. PK, now you're calling me a small streamer. What are you trying to say? Is 33.2 thousand followers still small to you? Jerk. Maybe I'm insecure about it, okay? Maybe I'm insecure about how my channel's doing. Did you think about that? That's coming from a mod, too. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. Not small streamers, short streamers? No, it says small. It says small. I refuse to believe that you're making a short joke. I refuse. Zach, I'm very glad to hear that. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I always get so paranoid about how often I am, so I'm glad to know you're enjoying it. 2 big streamers? You're just talking about my assets now, don't lie. Did the spicy animation that went out today not explain where I stand on the top-bottom debate? PK, what? Why did you gift a sub to I only follow short people? Why do we have... What is this trend? I follow titties. That's an accurate... I do have those. That is also an accurate one. I can't argue that one. They are on the screen and you can see them. Facts. Does your succubus friend only stream on Twitch, or could she do a live stream on YouTube? Because I'd like to meet her. I hope she's just as sweet and beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet of you. She is a Twitch-only streamer outside of the blue YouTube link. And she does, however, have a YouTube ASMR channel named Tony Tenshi ASMR. and a channel just called Tane Tenshi where she posts her clips and small videos. So you can check out that. What? Anon. Anon. Hold. Anon. Anon. Anon, thank you for the gift sub that you gave to, and I quote, Heavenly Backshots. How'd they get away with that name? And why are they heavenly? PK. I'm not a short streamer. Why did you gift a sub to short streamer? And there is the sub goal that Twitch put in. Thank you very much. Yeah, Tane streams quite a lot, just not on YouTube too much. I see. I've already told Tane that she can have my soul, so can't really give it to anyone else. You didn't hear that? I didn't drop my brush, catch it on my chest, then panic and drop it, catch it on my thighs, and then panic and drop it anyway. That didn't just happen in that order. Hold on. Where'd it go? I don't see it. Why is it on the router? Oh, is it gonna fall again? Come here. I got it. I got it. I'm not a chicken streamer or a stinky angel. But we can drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I'm so sorry for the loud sound. I apologize, everyone. So I dropped it twice. Yeah. Yeah. But it's okay. I have it now, and I won't drop it again. I won't drop it again. Heavenly Backshots implies the existence of demonic ones. We can ask Tane. We can ask Tane. She would know. Okay, we're scooting back in. Sorry for the loud sounds. Love me a clumsy woman adds character. I'm not clumsy. And thank you for gifting us sub to Demonic Backshots. Demonic Backshots and Heavenly Backshots are gonna have a good time. There it is. What? Oh, Pigs, no. Pigs, did you really walk in right then? Baby girl. Hi, Pigs. Hello. This is a normal ASMR stream. This is a normal ASMR stream. Nothing strange is going on here. Nothing strange at all. Yeah, no. Nope, nope, nope. No, not here. Shh, 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 shh. Nothing weird. Normal stream, normal stream. Shh, 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 shh. How was V Rising today, Pix? How was V Rising? Yeah. How was V Rising today? Oh, Lupinine, thank you. I'm glad you like my model. Thank you, thank you. You're on track to dethroning me? Damn. Damn. I guess I'll have to just take back my throne then, huh? Hermes' rent is putting you back. Yeah, that sounds about right. Not that I have the money, but why can't someone donate $1,000? No one's gonna donate $1,000, especially not today, because the subathon starts in T-minus 2 days, and an $1,000 donation will get 4,000 minutes added to the timer. So no one's gonna do it today. And I don't think anyone's going to do it on the first day of the subathon or on the subathon at all, but if they did, I would scream and do much more than drop a brush on the floor and panic. Yeah. 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 What? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I can't read that one out loud, but the Twitch chat can see it. Pix, please tell me you're still here. Pix, I want you to read that. Someone's account name is that? Who named their account that? I have so many questions. Can a moderator screenshot that? Because I'm going to send that to Pix like on at midnight on the 1st of every month for the next year. Just because it's so wild. That is wild. That is one of the most wild things I've seen in a very long time. Yeah, here we can have a hug. Oh my god, these names. These names. If there's anything Pix related and found that, I mean, it's certainly something. IRS backshots. I just noticed, I saw IRS and I blanked out the rest. IRS backshots? What? Are you just shoving my taxes up my ass? Like, what are... Hello? Hello? Pix smells. Pix smell. Ha ha lol. Pix smell ha ha ha. Lol, I see. Oh, fuck taxes, literally. I see the joke. You're right. That's the joke. I get IRS backshots every April. Why is this happening? Pix. So I think I've told you before that the ASMR streams get strangely chaotic and no one ever believes me. The best thing is, this time I'm not the subject of it. I can't help you, baby girl. Welcome to what happens to this chat for some reason when I put the comfy mic on. Pix, you gotta run. You gotta run. There's no saving you. There's no saving you. Please do not explode on July 15th. What's happening on July 15th? Should I be worried? Anon, thank you for gifting a sub to the 7 deadly backshots. There's 7 of them. I'm not Stinky. I don't know why someone named their account Angel Stinky. But, you know, Angel's a pretty generic name. They gotta be referring to someone different, not me. Definitely was made for someone different, not me. Couldn't be me. Moppy, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Excuse me. Breathing trick to cough. Welcome on in, raiders. I hope you had a good stream. We are doing ASMR tonight, and don't know if that's your speed, but if it is, you're in the right place. Moppy, I have a feeling that schnitzel is not referring to the pretzel food in this case. I have a feeling that that's not referring to food. Pretty sure. Comfy mic just activates goggle mode, I guess. It does. It shouldn't, but it does. Without failure. This is what you guys do. PK, thank you for gifting a sub to Weenus. What a name. Just straight up Weenus. Wild. That is an actual account here on twitch.tv. The Weenus. Oh boy. Oh boy. Good night. Sleep well, Dark. Sleep well, Dylan. I do like fried chicken. I like fried chicken, I like grilled chicken, I like wings, I like bone-in, I like boneless. Chicken's just yummy. Anon, thank you for gifting a sub to IB farting, followed by breathe it in. Those must be friends. For sure friends. How much would I have to donate to get a picture of what you look like in real life? You wouldn't have to donate, you would have to buy a ticket to WeebCon next year and come to my IRL meet and greet. That's the price. Okay, thank you for gifting us up to fried chicken. Annie. Annie, thank you for gifting a sub to Abandoned Bad Dragon Toy. Poor little guy. Maybe poor big guy is the proper term here. But poor little guy. Thank you for the hype train. I think PK called it a smegma train. I'm not Rama. Rama has smegma trains, not me. Oh my god. .jpg. What a name. What a name. That's an interesting one. Yep, that one's wild. That is both wild, literally and figuratively. Tonight has gone in some interesting directions. Dude, it's not even the subathon yet. Why are you guys getting it all out of your system now? PK gifted a sub to Mr. Hands, and I don't know what or who Mr. Hands is, but the wild reaction in the chat has me greatly concerned that this is something I don't want to be educated in. And this is like the pearl necklace, something I'm not looking up. Which I still haven't, by the way. I'm still assuming that Tana and Hermes were talking about jewelry. They're not talking about jewelry. I understand that much, but I have no idea what it is. And as such, I also do not know what Mr. Hands is. Can't be pent up before the subathon. Are you telling me this is your subathon pregame? Do not Google Mr. Hands. I won't. I won't, don't worry. Touch my no-no square waifu. Someone actually made that their name. That is insane. Someone actually made that their name. Old internet was a different place. You know, Venomous, actually what I pictured when I read that was the flying hand boss in Super Smash. But I don't think that's what they're talking about. I have a feeling we're both terribly wrong. Oh, Anon is actually preemptively apologizing about this next one, so now I'm worried. This is the first one to get a preemptive apology. I should have realized it was going to be the Vaporeon meme. I should have seen that coming. Get it? Okay, I'm done. I'm done. That was a bad pun. That was a bad pun. Okay, I'm sorry. It was such an easy shot to take. Get it? Because they're shooting their shot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Nope. Firm follower, huh? No, okay, I'm sorry. But I love Dio. Lupinite, you come from a good community. You come from a fantastic community. I love Dio so much. I hope her finals are going well. I hope her finals are going well. She works so hard. She works so freaking hard. I've clearly been working too hard on the blue site, the Patreon. My brain is in a questionable place. You looked up Mr. Hands? No, I apologize for the mental damage you probably just took. I need to give chat 1,000-yard stare emote. Like, you guys know, this is quite the turn from what we were just talking about, but you know Paddington, how Paddington does like the hard stare? I need to give chat a hard stare so you guys can just hard stare at your streamers. Yeah, because I don't have one for you guys on my side. We don't have one. You guys are stuck using other people's hard stares. We need to make a new one. Corla, thank you for the renewal. Good evening. I'm doing better. My meds aren't affecting me as bad today. It's gonna take like 2 weeks for them to fully settle in, but Noir, thank you for gifting a sub to pay the mods more. And I want you to know, when we were at the mod dinner, I was talking about how I really hope that like the channel grows, not like from a fame standpoint, but like gets to the point where it financially like makes extra money and I could actually pay the mods. And the second I said this, like all of them turned at me and were like no, and walked away. Or went back to throwing axes, and have made it amply clear that they will not take money from me even if I try. But we'll see. If I ever am making stupid amounts of money, maybe I can like sneak it in their pockets somehow. I don't know. Ham, thank you for the Cherubrat renewal on YouTube. 4 years as of today. 4 years. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Let me know if there's a ASMR sound you'd like. I will take money from you only in the form of subs once I stream myself. But is mod dinner like girl dinner? Oh no. So WeebCon every year is like the community convention that we all go to. And we hold like an IRL big signing and get together. Like we plan ahead for it. And during WeebCon, me and the moderators go out on some sort of like dinner thing that we do. This year Iggy hosted it. And we went axe throwing. The year prior PK hosted, and we went to medieval times. So me and the mods get together and just have a little bit of a 1-year party to celebrate all the year of work and all the cool things that we did. And yeah, I guess it could be like girl dinner, but it's a bit more. Oh, Lupinite, thank you for the videos. Get some good sleep soon, okay? Like, get some good rest. Also, hi Autumn, welcome in. Hi Noir, welcome, and hi Orange. Hello. Post-con depression is a real thing. Thank you, Doug, of course. Doug, I hope you have a good night's sleep. Get some good rest. PK, what the heck? Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I went to WeebCon but didn't know you were there. Oh, it's okay, Nick. I go every year. And if you're a Texan local, I will be at San Japan at the end of August. And I know that Tane is trying really hard to save up to fly back out and come with me to San Japan. So if you're a Texan local, ideally me and Tane will be at San Japan. So that's your heads up now. My con plans for the rest of the year are off-Kai and San Japan. So until next year, of course, and then we'll be doing WeebCon for sure the following year. Also, Pitta, I can tell you this now, because I was I was planning on, like, not planning. I was gonna see if like we ran into each other awkwardly, but Pitta, I was staying at the same hotel you were in. I believe I was just one floor above you. And I was waiting for the awkward moment where we eventually ran into each other in the elevator, but it didn't happen because the con was too busy. But I figure I can tell you now that the con is long in post. I thought it was really funny when the mods were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Pitt is also here. And I'm like, crazy. Crazy. Could probably go now that I think about it. Yeah, if San Japan's a really good convention from what I've been told. And because when I was at WeebCon, I was kind of poking around and asking all my streamer friends like what other Texas cons are really good for VTubers and VTuber communities, and the across the board collective answer was that San Japan was top tier. So I'm very excited to be a part of San Japan this year, and I still gotta figure out like who I'm gonna be like formally attending with, like company wise, but I'm gonna start asking around and figuring that out, because I do plan on attending. Noir, thank you for gifting a sub to Angel is a wizard. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard, chat. I'm glad it's still chill even when I ramble. I am quite the yapper. I'm a yapperino yapperoni. I do like Mexican food, yes. I struggle with Tex-Mex, but I do like Mexican food. What? Moo? Moo? Chanterelle, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. For everyone coming in, hi, hi. My name is Angel Steps, and I'm your runaway angelic idol, here to avoid all my responsibilities by having a good time with chat. We are doing ASMR. Right now we're kind of yapping about the cons that I'm going to be attending and talking about if any of you guys are going. But how was your stream? What were you doing? I hope you had a fantastic time. Well, what's with all the shock? I watch you on YouTube, small world. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, we do live ASMR on Twitch and YouTube, Wednesdays and now Thursdays. But it makes me happy that you watch my videos. Thank you so much. Just finished some ASMR. I hope you're having a lovely stream. I am. This is one of my few normal streams left before we start the big subathon in like 2 days. And it's been very fun, very chill. Check out a little crazy, but ideally they've decided to take it slow now. Fingers crossed. Oh, Pitta. Okay, so you guys were all very, very respectful, and if you guys didn't hear the TTS or you're on YouTube and you can't see it, when I was at WeebCon, the day before my IRL meet and greet, I ended up running into a lot of the regular community members, and everyone was very polite. No one tried to like follow me back to my hotel room. No one tried to like self-insert themselves into like anything streamer centric I was doing. Everyone was very polite. And Pitta was more or less saying that they were worried I'd be mad, that they more or less found me with a group of people prior to the thing, and I would never be mad about like a casual we ran into each other thing, right? Like, first off, when Iggy handed me a slowpoke in the middle of the hall and I recognized your guys' faces even though you did not know mine, I knew the second that I put that slowpoke in my hands that I was painting a target on myself. I was very aware. Everyone who's a regular here knows that I'm Slowpoke obsessed. So the second I had that Slowpoke in my hands, it was going to become very obvious to everyone in the room. It's like a shining beacon. That's Angel. But two, what matters the most to me is like the respect given, right? If we both happen to be in the same hotel, we both happen to be in the same hotel. I don't expect to be given like a AAA Hollywood star like treatment. You know what I mean? We're just people. So as long as when I say, hey, I'm gonna split off, I gotta go do this thing, and no one follows me, we're fine. That's literally it. Coming up and saying hi and whatnot, like if you catch me in a crowd, you catch me in a crowd. As long as you're respectful, I don't mind at all. And this applies to future conventions. If you see me walking around and you know it's me, you're free to come up and say hi. Like, that's okay. Just please don't shout, "Oh my god, Angel," out loud, because then people who don't know what I look like may turn around and think I'm a different creator, because Angel is a very popular name, and I would like to avoid getting hounded. Did anyone give you any eggs? No. However, 14 of you decided to give me signed chicken plushies that I had to make a mod escort back to my hotel with me because there was too many of them. They are locked in my closet because there is too many of them. It's an actual problem. But yeah, no, you guys are very, very respectful, and I have been to 2 IRL meet and greets now. And there was one con I went to where one of you guys found me in the wild, and like I wasn't wearing my mask or anything. Like I was there like super undercover. I didn't think anyone would recognize me, but one of you guys found me in the wild and showed me a tattoo that you guys got, and we just chatted, asked for a hug, and went about their day. And I'm like, that's great. I'm cool with that. I am totally fine. IRS for Angel? Why are you the IRS for me? I did my taxes. Speaking of, where's my tax return, IRS? It's late. You owe me. Where's my money, IRS? It's late. But yeah, so like, it just comes down to respect. I understand being nervous to come up to me, but if I find you trailing me, I will grab security and you will get pulled away. Just because I am hyper aware of someday someone's going to have bad intentions. So as long as you don't stalk or follow quietly, then we're probably fine. I always have like a moderator with me, or I have someone that's kind of acting as security detail with me. So that's my only like heads up there. But yeah, so I'll be at San Japan IRL. I am hoping to do an IRL meet and greet. I'm hoping Tane is able to join me, but she has to get the money together to fly out from Canada. If the subathon brings in stupid levels of money, and I mean stupid levels of money, I might even be able to help get her here, because that's a priority to me, because she's my best friend. But yeah, so ideally we'll both be there, do an IRL meet and greet, hopefully with Cultured Dreamers. Again, because they're the people we've been doing all my meet and greets with, and I really like their company, I really like their product. And I'll have prints and whatnot, the con you can buy as well. I should probably place those orders sooner than later. I got a bone and a paperclip on me, is that good for you? That's vastly different than the $600 I'm owed, but okay. Dude, it took everything I had to hold it together after Wooper gave me that signed Slowpoke. You don't understand. And I held it together by like 99% almost cried. I had a 1% line I was holding on there and I barely made it through, and I thought I was safe, and then you showed up with the signed letter, and that I broke. I couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't act strong anymore. I got so emotional. But yeah, like, don't be afraid to come up to me and say hi. Like, especially if like you went to the convention with meeting me as like a goal, right? Then please don't be afraid to come say hi. I'm very sociable. I'm very friendly. I might be in a rush. If I'm in a rush somewhere, I'll probably say hi really quickly, tell you where I'm going to be in the future if you want to like chat, and then poof. But I'm very friendly. You don't need to be afraid to come up to me. And I'm usually with a streamer or two, which is the other note. Sometimes the streamer I'm with is also IRL, like public. Sometimes they're not. And if I'm with someone who does not want to be seen by other people, that is a situation where you may see me like dip pretty fast. But it really would only be for those type of situations. Like, it's not you, because if it is you, trust me, security has talked to you. Whooper, 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 whooper. If anyone steals the cutout again, I don't think they're getting let off with a warning. They're gonna get like taken in for theft. So if you want the cutout, you can walk up to the booth and purchase it. Usually that can be negotiated if it's the last day of the con. Please don't steal my cutout again. Please don't steal my cutout again. I love the fact that the person who took the first cutout, like, it's a whole redemption arc story. They ended up buying it, and now they've created a fan page where they take my cutout on adventures. Did you see I went hiking? They took me into what looked like Arizona mountains. I went hiking in mountains, saw a lizard. At least my cutout did. It was pretty cool. I will put in a word that there is a guy named Whooper that wants to do that, and let them know I know who that is. But if it takes any damage, you will have to pay for the damage. That is something I can't negotiate. Just a warning. Good God. They'll come back headless? Oh, man. Dark, I think a moderator can link the page, but the TLDR, as well as at WeebCon, the night of Saturday, morning of Sunday, a guy and his friends snuck in and yoinked my cutout that was at the booth. And we had this big, like, talking to security, looking at the cams, trying to find them. They saw all the Twitter posts and came back with the cutout to apologize. The police pulled them aside, and it was a very scary conversation. And after that, the person purchased the cutout and paid for the damage. Also bought a Slowpoke plushie to keep with it, and my print sent me a huge email, and we talked back and forth for a while, and it ended in a really positive note, which I think is a really good takeaway. And then they made a fan page called Angelic Adventures, where they take my cutout on cool adventures, and every time they tweet, it makes me happy. So that's the TLDR, that's the Twitter page. Give them a follow, support them. I think what they're doing is really cool. I don't know of any other page or any other creator. Like, people have like virus pages where they have clippers that post things or constantly tweet and retweet their stuff, but I don't know of anyone. Like, I don't have a virus page, I don't have fan clippers, I don't have stuff like that, but I've got a guy that takes my cutout on actual adventures, and that's a really freaking cool, and it makes me so happy when I see it. So go follow them, go support what they're doing. Like I said, 1 hour wrestling time for sleep. Yeah, no worries, get some good sleep. I'm sure I'll see you around. When's the undersea adventure? Well, unfortunately, the cutout is made of vinyl and a paper-like material. It'll probably not do so well underwater. Oh, Tana's such a sweetie. Locket, I love her so much. In a submarine, that would be really cool, but very hard to do. I have some products that have my idol signature on it, but it's not like I signed it. The only signed merchandise is if you get something signed for me at a convention, or if you're a tier 3 subscriber. Every month I do a signed print. I mail them out once a season, so the first shipment's going out at the start of June, and then the next shipment will be the end of August, start of September, like so on and so forth. But there is a print for every month. It is May, so there's a new print for May that I haven't shown outside of to the tier 3s yet. But we'll talk about that during the subathon. I'll show it off during the subathon. You have your third son. We have to sign him in February the 1st. We'll have to see what we've got next year, or off Kai, or San Japan, and then I can sign it. The March prints are going to go out with the April prints. I don't think I'm gonna wait for the May prints. I'm gonna have to see, because I'm gonna ship out. No, we're gonna just put May in with the summer ones. So the shipment for, if you were in the April, March prints, either one of those, or if you were in the subathon prints, those are going to be shipping on June 1st. First-ish that week. It might ship out slightly before June. It might ship out slightly after. May is going to go with the June and July prints, which will ship out in August. The reason why I do it this way is shipment prices. I'm not big enough of a creator to be able to really heavily fund it, especially since I ship outside of the country. But if I have multiple prints in one package, it's a lot cheaper than doing one every month. So that's my workaround. If you guys cancel your tier 3 in the middle before shipments go through, don't worry, you still get the ones for the one that you did. Yes, you did get top super chatter, and I have your print and it's signed. It's just going to be done in that set. Once they are going to get shipped at the same time, because I'm just going to go to the store and I'm going to just do each one right then and there, and send them out. So yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get some bulk envelopes, like big bulk envelopes for them, so I can keep them in decent condition, but it also not be like, the poster tubes get really expensive to ship unless I can find a good place to get my hands on them. I gotta do a little more research on that front, but I still have like 10-15 days, give or take, to figure that one out. The form for May has not gone up yet. That's one of the things I'm going to be doing before stream hits tomorrow. So if you're a tier 3, there's going to be a new form to sign up for May to make sure you get your May form, or your May print, because if you don't sign up the form, I don't order one, and you guys just get a digital one, because some people don't want physical product mailed to them. So if you don't fill out the form, you don't get the physical one, but you'll get a digital one that's signed as well. Yes. Also, why do you want to make me hungry? Why do you want to do that? Why are you so mean? Thank you for the biddies. I hope you've been doing well. Gonna ask again. Tana gave me a signed poster. We've got his thanks. And my question is, thanks for what? I genuinely don't know. I know. Do you want to know what it was thanks for? It was thanks for getting the poster to No Guard. I literally watched her chuck the tube with No Guard's posters halfway across the hotel room in anger. She went, freaking no card! And she threw it. I watched it bounce off the walls, and I went, oh. Oh. It was very funny, but I'm pretty sure No Guard's in danger if Tane and No Guard in the same room, like No Guard needs to run. So the thank you was that, will fourth wall raffles count towards the subathon score? No, not naturally. I can try to see if there's a way to add it in. I may have to do it manually. But because it's like priced a time, I might do a manual thing for it where it's just product based. But then you guys have like workarounds of, oh, okay, I'll gift 5 stickers and get way more than if I gifted 5 shirts, and like math, man, is not my strength. I'd like it to count, but the timer does not have a way of automatically doing it, so it's going to be reliant on our math skills. And I told Crab I was going to try my best to not make the subathon too hard on him. And I can already see I have like 10 missed messages from Crab, and I'm really scared that I said something stupid. So me and Crab will talk, and we'll see if there's a way to make it count. If we get like, we might come to some sort of like just generic number turn for it, or something, because I'd like it to have some way of counting, but it's not going to be easy for us to fit it in, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna try. If we can come up with some sort of rating or scale board that isn't too complicated, then we will. But that's the only part. I asked because I told Hermes I would drop at least 5k US. You're joking, right? Please tell me, Noir, please tell me you're joking. That's a lot of time. Raffles are a nice way to do that. I agree. I really love the raffles. So I can tell you guys what the general scale is going to be. Because the treasure trove hype train thing is happening, I'm already kind of adjusting prices to make sure that like it all maths out right. So I'll look into fourth wall. Me and Crab will talk and see how we can make it work, because I would like it to, because I love the fact that you guys can raffle products to each other. I think that's really cool, and we are going to be having some new merch launched. Maybe I'll launch the summer merch early, just so that way it launches with the subathon. Oh, I won't get one of the art pieces back until, what day do I get it? Hold on. The big one. When do I get the big one? When do I get it? Oh, I don't get it till the 23rd. Frick. I'm gonna have this one, so I can do that one. That one can launch, and then we'll have the other one launch later. Thank you. Thank you so much, adorable kitten. Found you while looking into fourth wall. Your stuff is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. That means a lot. We're actually talking about the fourth wall store right now. I'll try to get the stuff on there that isn't the one thing that's coming late. Because I have everything except one piece. Israel. Sorry. I'm a little sleep deprived, can you tell? But yeah, the way it's gonna break down for the subathon is it's gonna be 3 minutes per sub, with no cap. There's no current cap on the subathon at all. It will weigh heavily towards donations. Donations are gonna get, let's see, 1 minute to the dollar, so that the donation will land at the usual 1 sub equals $5 sort of deal. So donations will get the biggest amount of like time for your money if you're trying to like math it. I have to see if biddies have the forced discount on them, in which case if they do, they're going to run at the same price as the subs. If not, they're going to run at the same price as the donations. And then fourth wall is the only thing I have to look into. I know for a fact crowd control, the biddies used on crowd control won't go into the timer, so we're going to avoid crowd control during the case of the subathon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't believe so. There will be some subathon rewards, but they're going to be separated very heavily because of the timer. And the biggest thing in the subathon is I have to pick the final value, but the big reward is if you guys clear my max reward, which I'm picking the price for tonight or tomorrow. The Demon Steps concept model will be redesigned by my current model artist and turned into an entire model that'll debut later in the year, which is going to be very expensive to get made. But it won't just be a design or an art piece. We're talking an entire design and model, bringing back one of the most loved character dynamics that my channel has ever had. So yeah, woo. Woo. So yeah, that's the general info there. I will look into Crabs actually sent another DM, so let me quickly pull it open. Crab says any math relating to a raffle would have to be added to the timer the following day, probably so that we can do a price breakdown. I'll have to figure out how I want to run the price breakdown for that, but it sounds like we should be able to do it, but the time will just get added the next day, so don't do it on a day where the timer only has an hour. If the timer is about to run out and we start doing raffles, that could be a little math complicated. But if there's more than 8-10 hours left on the timer, more than likely I'm going to go to bed and we'll be able to then process the time on it. But yeah, that's all that. I'm sorry for yapping so much. There's just so much subathon-y stuff happening. Tomorrow we're going to do a short stream where we yap and we hang out. We're going to talk about the subathon, talk about the goals, talk about some cool stuff. And then I'm going to play some V Rising and then end stream, get some rest. And then the 17th is when it starts. Stream will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Timer starts at 24 hours, right? No. No. Timer is going to start at a normal stream hour. So I'm going to give you guys 6 hours. If I decide to start early, I'll give you guys whatever amount of time. So if instead of 6, if I start at 3, I'll add 3 hours. So instead of 6 hours, it'd be 9 hours. Because I might start early. I have a meet and greet at the Weeb Stop that day. That's virtual. So when that's done, I might just decide to kick it off early. So that way people in EU time zone aren't asleep yet. Because originally it started at 6, but we might start a little early. But I was just gonna start it with a base amount of hours, so that way at the end of the night, if I go to bed, there's still time. There'll be 2 hours on it that'll carry over into the next day, assuming no one subs. But somehow I doubt no one will sub on day 1. That would be pretty insane. Pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think it's gonna happen. Do I have enough coffee for this? Yes, I just went grocery shopping. I'm prepared. Imagine no one subbing till you sleep. That'd be so disheartening. Oh my god. That would also incentivize me just to sleep extra, not come back. But yeah, so it's been about 2 hours, and I only do ASMR for about 2 hours, because my voice wears out pretty thin. I can tell it feels really dried and messed up. The timer actually will not go down while I sleep. It should go up. It should add the time, but it's not going to go down. It's just going to be paused. We may have to manually add it. I'll have to see how it goes, because I don't want it to end while I'm asleep, and then you guys have the opportunity while I'm asleep to then raise it back up. Because when it ends, it ends. We are going to be running sleep screens Thursday to Monday. And okay, there is one change I haven't told you guys about. So I've decided, because Tuesday is the day that my PC shuts off, and then Wednesday is the day where I get work done. Wednesday night ASMR is going to temporarily kind of stop existing because the way we're going to do it is we're going to kick back up with Thursday night ASMR, and then it'll go from Thursday into Friday, into Saturday, into Sunday, into Monday, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I know how I am. Monday I'm going to play games and I'm going to end up playing all day and I won't rest at all on Monday. So instead I should figure that I start at a later point and then I ride out Monday, and now I have Tuesday and Wednesday to vocal rest to make sure my PC's good, and I can do some extra editing on Thursday if it allows, because we're still going to have all the Patreon content, we're still going to have all the spicy content, we're still going to have all of the ASMR videos, all the photo spreads, all the extra stuff that I do is still going to actively be going on. But Tuesday, Wednesday are now going to be completely off, and we're going to kick back up Thursday night, just like we're doing right now. Just at the end of the stream, we'll go to a sleep screen where I play all my ASMR videos for you guys in a big playlist. And so that way you guys can sleep while I sleep, and then I come back, and when I wake up, and we keep it rolling. Yeah, what's the question? What's the question? Ask away. This will be the last question, though, before I rate us off. I'll start figuring out my own rating. There's a lot of people doing ASMR tonight. Okay, they've been going for about 3 hours. What is your thoughts on dark green alchemy? Cool. You're so organized. I love it. I've done enough subathons that I've kind of had to create like a solid system, so that way I can ensure, like, I get stressed out if I don't have time to do like background work. If I don't do background work, I get really stressed out, because it feels like, even though streaming is a huge part of my job, if all I do is streaming, my brain acts like the kid who didn't do their homework and didn't study for the test, and I get stressed out. No, we're making a new playlist, and it's going to be much, much, much longer than the last one. But we are going to raid Raisin, because Ray is live, and Ray is very sweet, and Ray has been putting up with my slow butt on putting out a collab audio that they recorded forever ago, and they're just waiting on me, and they're being so patient and sweet about it, and honestly I do not deserve their kindness. So we're gonna raid Ray. If you're on YouTube, don't worry about it. Stream's just going to call, cut, and end, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some V Rising. Raid jump. That actually didn't copy paste right. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good night with me, and give some love to Ray, okay? Bye, everyone. Good night, good night. Bye-bye. Also, make sure to go get your free wallpaper. Get your free wallpaper. Or if you want all the other content, check out the paid stuff on Patreon.